This week we're going to go across the Durand line into Afghanistan, but we're not doing it from that perspective of 10 years after the September 11th attacks, and as the resurgent Taliban and the Karzai this and so on and so forth. It's not the typical approach to Afghanistan. I think we've heard too much about that, so much so that when we hear the words war on terror, I think our brains just kind of switch off. So these are stories from Afghanistan, but in a different way. These are sort of personal stories, and these are personal journeys. Our news editor, Gibran Peshawam, he actually traveled to Afghanistan. It was his first trip, so it was sort of like a novel experience. He didn't know what to expect, and he went all the way from Kabul to Mazar-e-Sharif in the north, And so this is a story, it's a very first person story. It's about who he met, what he thought he was going to see, what he actually saw. It's like the colors, sights and sounds and the real people of Afghanistan. Then there's, another building. There's a pictorial essay on a building which sort of encapsulates the tragedy, if you will, of modern Afghanistan. And that's the Darul Aman Palace. It was built by King Amanullah before the troubles broke out. And it was meant to be the centerpiece of the capital of this new and modern Afghanistan. Of course, it's a bombed out shell. So really, the imagery there, I find quite interesting. And then finally, we have an interview with Shuja Rahmani, who's one of the 4 sons of the assassinated former Afghan president, Burhanuddin Rabbani, whom, as we know, was engaged in peace talks with purported Taliban representatives when he was killed. Now, Shuja was at home at the time when his father was killed, so he saw the whole thing. So this is really like his sort of take on his father, on the past of Afghanistan, the present, and where it might go in the future. In Afghanistan, the past is not another country, but it seems that the past, the present, and the future are very much streams of one river, and they all converge. There are burnt out Soviet tanks by the road and modern American tanks traveling the road. There's palaces, there's buildings all the way from Babur, when Babur was in Central Asia, and then there's these gigantic ultra modern military compounds as well. And for them, it somehow seems the way they talk about the past is that as if it just happened. You see, there's a different view of history, there's a different view of time, there's no sort of linear time. This all happened all at once and it's still happening.